Life. Okay, yes, Shreyas, you can go ahead with your experience. So Shreyas is sharing some experience, so we'll first listen to that.
Basically, this was on the Kalyana persona that we were discussing yesterday. So it actually got this thought when I was going to my bath. So this happened at the starting of my bath. So basically, this thought just randomly came into my mind, telling that, all of the beings, whatever we are, so we are just like a water bottle. So a huge 1 liter water bottle, we are just like that. So the upper portion, anyhow, it's cap, we can remove it, we can close it anytime we want. It's like our mouth. And the bottom part, if we cut it out, so it's again like, there is space. So whatever we put from the top, it goes out from the bottom. So that's basically how it happens in case of any being. So whatever food we take or salt or liquid, end of the day, it just goes out from the bottom. So that is one. And I was contemplating on this throughout the bath, and towards the end, the bottle became a huge water can. So to correspond with the body that we naturally basically have. So the body is huge, right? So we are a huge water can. So even it's the same principle there also. So the mouth is small, so like the water can thing is also small, opening is also small, and it has a neck also. And like if we cut out at the bottom, if we put anything on the top, it just goes out at the bottom. So that is how the food is basically in all the beans. And also coming to the sweat and all the phlegm, whatever comes from the nose and everything. So that is also, if we keep a cold water bottle in the sunlight or any outside, basically outside the fridge, after a few minutes we can see that there are droplets of water outside on the surface of the water bottle or the water can. So that is similar to the sweat that we have again. The only thing missing, the only difference between a water can and any other being is like it doesn't have the hair, it doesn't have the limbs, and basically there is no consciousness in that. So apart from that, everything else is the same. So this was my experience today morning.
Good, nice experience. Lasanta, just to brief you, I think today is the 10th day where we have started a series called as Where to Start and What to Do in Buddha Dhamma. So all those videos are there, but anyway, now it is seeing that will become difficult. So we are going through, right now we are going through Vibhanga of Abhidhamma. Okay, and trying to see the actual meanings of everything, including the Satipatthana. So from yesterday onwards, we have started on Satipatthana, which means how to remember to be in a particular state of your mind, seeing that what is happening and what is not happening and how you can be in that. So like in the case of Sampajano, Satima and all that, if you look at Ma Satipatthana Sutta, there are a lot of explanation given and a lot of commentarial things which are given, but if you go by Vibhanga, this exact explanation is there. What do you mean by Atapi? What do you mean by Passana, Anupassana? It starts with that. What do you mean by Anupassana? Then Atapi, what is Sampajano? What is Satima? What is Vinaya? What is Loka? What is Abhicca? And what is Domanasa? All that is explained. So we are doing that, and also what we are doing is how do we start. So this is for, actually this question was asked by Shreyas some time ago, that I'm practicing but I don't know how do we what are the steps. And there's a lady called Swati, she also comes, and she was asking me that can there be a step-by-step instruction on what I should do first and second and third, like that? So we have started the series, and also there were a lot of questions on should we ask a Bhante whether he is a Sotapanna or a Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat, and how do we know that we have reached a Sotapanna, or how do we know we have reached Sakadagami and all that? So where the suttas explain on where we are. So that is what we've been talking about for Namo Buddhaya. So that is what we've been talking for some time. So today we are going to continue from where we left yesterday. So let's begin our journey on continuing from yesterday. Yesterday we finished Kayanupassana. So there is, Lasanta, another nice thing for you is if you happen to go through, I think I've shared the link on WhatsApp. It is an Excel sheet where I've made on the Dasuttara Sutta. If you read that, okay, you will really reach Arhat. It gives you exactly what needs to be developed. So we also covered Mahavidyala Sutta. In that, 4 things have to be developed. Actually, is 1 minute. So there is we have to develop Bhavitabba, then Abhinya, then Parinya, and Pahana. These are the 4 things what Buddha speaks about. So in the Dasuttara Sutta, he gives 10 into 10. It's 100. So if we practice all 100, I think we should be able to reach where we want to reach. Okay, so let's continue our track from where we left. So today we will continue on the yesterday we finished that, but I was supposed to give example. I think Valerio wanted to know about the 9 stages of consciousness Viññāna, from Chitta to Viññāna Khanda. So we will take it with an example and we will look into it. So what's the Chitta? It's from a root word Chit, to shine. That's what it is all about. Okay, and what is there to shine is, that's what it is. It just shines, it just lights up something. So when it lights up something, it doesn't stay, it just comes and goes away. And after that happens, after that pure thing, light, which happens, is that I will switch off the video anyway now, there is no need, so you can also do that. So after that light goes away, then there is something called as Mano. That is the starting point of the mind interaction. So if we take Mano will identify the object. So if we take an example, just a light, and the light, in that light you see an object. That's all what Mano is. Then the Manasam stage, when we get into it, it really makes it not only identify, it will make the awareness possible. So the person becomes aware. So when we say develop awareness, it is at the Manasam state. Okay, so we have Mano, and we have Chitta, we have Manasam. These are the 3. So the Chitta is just the light which comes from the root word Chit, which means just to shine. So once it shines, and that's it. Then comes Mano, which knows the object or identifies the object, and Manasan is the one where awareness starts. So an Arhat level, if we were to see, we go from chitta to mano and manasam, these three. So how do we know it? How do we know that we have reached that much state in whatever we are doing? So when a person blinks an eye, and this can be tested out, so it's like your eye, ear, nose, tongue and body, 5 senses have Viññāna to the core. So that means it has Viññāna, which we call it as consciousness. But before that happens, if you look at the winking of the eye, you will see a spark in the eye. If you closely observe, it happens with everyone, every animal, every bird, every human being. If you take a torch and then put it to the eye, you'll see a spark, a shine in the eye, and that is what chitta is all about. So depending upon the object interaction, it will spark either in the ear or in the nose or in the wherever touching is happening or wherever the sight is there, like that. Now 1 second. Sorry, I got a call and to give. So the best example we can see is that whatever we have, whatever at that moment we have, if there is a recognition of it, if we are able to recognize.
ನೀವು ಟೂ ವೀಲರ್ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಕಾರ್ ಇಡೋ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ.
1 second, I'll just come. I'm sorry, I had parked my vehicle. Okay, so coming back is when we look at something and we are able to recognize that object, whatever that object is, as an object, not that whose object it is and what object it is, just as an object, then we are in the mano, and then it immediately becomes manasan. That means that object is in awareness. So the two kinds of object we see. One is an object without consciousness, another one is an object with consciousness. Whatever is with consciousness would be moving here and there. So that is one kind. Another kind is just an object which is stationary, doesn't move like computer or table or a chair or whatever it is, just that object. Till here there is no problem. There's not much of corruption or the defilements have not started. But when it comes to Hadayam, then the corruption starts. Corruption as in what way? So let's say I marry a woman and suddenly she becomes my wife. So becomes my wife. That is Hadayam. Before marriage, when I did not know her, there was nothing called as a wife. But again, Hadayam was there as a friend. So if this corruption or defilements or asavas does not happen, then the female is recognized as female only. It doesn't go beyond in calling it as a daughter or a mother or a sister or a colleague, a friend, wife, etc., etc. So when it comes Hadayam, wherein it nears to the heart, that is where the Hadaya Vattu, that is the seat of the mind is, and that's the reason it's called Hadayam. That is where it gets attached. So once it gets attached, this my mother, my wife, my daughter, my sister, my friend, all that will come. Even though there is no my in the friend, or there's no my in the mother. A mother is a mother, that's all. There's nothing called my mother. But that is the corruption. Now when we have that corruption, the next corruption which happens is Pandaram. The feeling starts from there. The feeling of something that you have possessed. That means I have now possessed a wife, and I have possessed a son, and I have possessed a home, I have possessed a bank balance, I have possessed job. So like that. So all the possession is part of this Pandaram. Then it becomes Mano Mana Ayatana. So we had covered on the Ayatana, but by now I think you would have forgotten what is the meaning of the definition of the word Ayatana. So it will be good to go and understand once again. Aya means profit. Vaya means loss. Aya Vyaya. Aya is profit, Vaya is loss. So Aya here is profitable or useful, something like that. Tanana is expandable. enjoyable. So the definition here is ayassa va tananato ayatassa va samsara dukkhassa nayanato ayatanani. Meaning, he says, what is ayatana? Definition means that which is having ayassa, profitable, va tananato, tanana means expandable, increasable, enjoyable, ayatassa, that which can be extended, that profit, that feeling of getting or got is extended, and due to that extension I am ready to take the samsara dukkha. That is, we always say no pain, no gain. So I would like to take the pain to gain something. That's exactly what ayatana is. You take a pain. I marry a person because it's worth the pain. And that's what is ayatana. Now it is in my custody. That wife is in my custody. And I take a job because that gives me that enjoyable feeling, and hence I feel it is in my custody. So this custodian is what is called as samsara. That is, you or I, whoever takes to feel that this roundabout or turning in rounds again and again and again, and taking that pain or taking that dukkha is what is required. So no pain, no gain, whether it is investment or marriage or education or whatever we take in the worldly affair, is without pain there is no gain. Nayana is eyes, and nayana is also sight. So seeing something which is very profitable and which can be extended and which can be expanded in such a way that the trouble I am taking is worth it, is called as ayatana. So when we use 6 ayatana, chakkayatana, sotayatana, ghanayatana, jibhayatana, and all of that, and end up with mano ayatana, what we are trying to say is that in the ayatana it is more about enjoyment, and in English they translate it as faculty. That really doesn't make much of sense, and also they will put it as base or sphere, so that again doesn't give the proper answer. But the definition which is there of ayatana is ayassava tananato ayatassava samsara dukkhassa nayanato ayatanani. So this definition, if you are able to remember, not the Pali one, even the English one, that is, the trouble, the pain is worth it to take because through the 6 senses I can, 1, enjoy, that is tanana. I find it profitable. Ayata is to extend, so I can extend this profit and I can enjoy that for a long time, and I am seeing that, I am experiencing that, is what is called ayatana. So when we say mana ayatana, meaning I have already taken the trouble completely to enjoy from whichever sense it is appearing now. Now it is coming from the mano, so it's called mana ayatana. So the chitta has now entered into mano ayatana. That means it would like to enjoy, it would like to basically extend that enjoyment, and find it profitable. So whatever it finds profitable, it wants to keep it. So possession orientation is even more increased. And because of that, it becomes mana indriya. It stands on its own, just like chakku indriya. It becomes its own sense. It knows what to seek. Just like eye knows what to seek, it doesn't seek anything other than sight. Because it has the viññāna, when it connects with the object, the eye knows what to take. The internal eye, the pasada rupa, knows exactly what to take. Similarly, mana ayatana, it becomes mana indriya, that heart region where the hadaya vattu, where the seat of the mind is, that heart knows what to pick up from the heap, from whatever it is seeing or hearing or tasting or touching and smelling and thinking. It knows exactly what to pick up. And finally, it ends with viññāna. V plus jnana. Jnana is knowledge. V is without knowledge. So now it is completely engrossed with asavas. So when he says avidya pachay sankhara, sankhara pachay viññāna, this viññāna is the ninth or the eighth one before it becomes viññāna khanda. So this is the viññāna. Now this viññāna comes in 6 flavors. First flavor is chakku viññāna. Second flavor is sota viññāna. Third flavor is ghana viññāna. Fourth flavor is jibha viññāna. Fifth flavor is kaya viññāna. Sixth flavor is mano viññāna. So from mana indriya, it becomes mano viññāna. So with that, the khanda, the heap gets formed. The heap is each one of these. It becomes its own. So the chitta in 9 stages will become completely corrupted, or completely what we can say becomes dirty with the asavas, or completely gets fermented, or whatever words that can be used to explain that it has really become muddy. It can't be seen. So it becomes very difficult to see what really it is. So yatha bhuta jnana cannot be got. Now the yatha bhuta jnana is the bhuta, that is this element, is not seen. Instead of that, the person is seen. So that's the problem. So what we are doing in Satipatthana yesterday is to understand that this body has 32 parts, 20 in solid and 12 in liquid. That's all what it is. So if we were to practice, what we are doing is, from viññāna khanda, it starts receding to viññāna. From the viññāna, it recedes to mana indriya, and from that it goes to the mana ayatana. Then from mana ayatanam it goes to pandaram, and from pandaram it goes to hadayam. From hadayam it ends up in manasam. So once it comes into manasam level, you are able to see the purity, exactly what it is. Until then, whenever the body comes in front of me, I'm going to recognize it not only as a female, then I'm going to recognize it as beautiful or ugly. Not only that, I will be able to recognize it as my wife or whoever it is, and then it is completely corrupted. So yesterday in the sutta, what was asked us to watch is to see from the chitta. Okay, if we are able to see from the chitta, then that is, the corruption is not there. Because chitta, papasaram idam chittam, that is, it is shining everywhere like a light. Bahidakaya, that ajattakaya, bahidakaya. So he will now see with chittam upasamharati. So when he sees someone, that person is going to that sadhaka, or we can say a person who is a yogi, or person who is savaka, or whatever we would like, or a bhikkhu, is going to watch what really it is. So the practice, what we are supposed to do is to observe like this. So I sit with open or closed eyes. Closed eyes is okay. So what we need to do is sit with closed eyes. Keep wherever you want to keep your hand, or however you want to sit. Then watch your breath for 5 to 10 minutes, and then start touching your hair with your hand. Now don't make any nimitta out of it. If you make a nimitta, it becomes a problem. You just have to feel what is there. You will feel rough, you will feel hot, you will feel warm, you will feel watery, all that. But don't note it as your hair. Just call it as kesa. Okay, then body hair, start touching your body and keep on touching, but don't touch and say it is my hair. Just touch the hair. It doesn't matter whose hair it is. Then nakha is the fingernails. So touch the nail. Danta is teeth. Using your tongue, the tongue, everybody has a tongue. So touch the teeth. Feel the hardness, feel the roughness, feel the smoothness. If you have brushed the teeth, it looks smooth. If you have not brushed, it becomes rough. In some places, if tartar is there, you will find it smooth, something like that. Again, shouldn't make it as your teeth, just the teeth. Toucho, skin. Touch the skin from your leg to your torso, to your hands, face, etc. Then take atti, bone. Don't take the other things because you can't see the mamsam, naharu, atti, atti minjai. Just take atti, the bone. So start touching your, pressing your skull or face, the head region. If you press, you'll find it very hard. Now just take these 5 only, that is kesa, loma, nakha, danta, tacho, atti, 6 ones. Only 6 of it. And observe what is happening. You will find 3 of them, atti, then the teeth, that is danta, then the nakha, the fingernails are hard. They are made out of stone. Whereas the other, that is hair, body hair, then tacho. And if you want, you can use the mamsa. If you just press the soft thing, what you get is the mamsa. You will find that this soft thing is the clay. So if you go to the garden and you play with the clay and you touch your thighs or hand or any part of the body, you'll find the same. If you touch your lips and you touch the mud or the clay in your home, if you have gardening or you have a pot, put some water and you will exactly feel the same as you are touching your lips, or you are touching the thighs, or you're touching any other part of the body which is soft. And this is the practice what we have to do. Always keep on watching it. So slowly what happens here is that the Viññāna Khanda, which is there, now slowly you are understanding the Viññāna, the no knowledge. That means I am still not able to get it. That means I have no knowledge of the Pathavi Dhatu, not really able to understand. So you have to keep on practicing it, and after a while from Viññāna it goes into Mana Indriya. In the Indriya the feeling exists. So from Mana Indriya it goes to Mano Mana Ayatana. From Mano Mana Ayatana it goes to Pandaram. Once it reaches Pandaram, you will be able to let go of my skin, my teeth, my hair, and all that. And when you go to Hadayam, you let go of that itself. So now you are able to exactly feel the Pathavi Dhatu. So you will not find any difference between the Pathavi Dhatu outside and the Pathavi Dhatu inside you. Ajata Bahidda, outside and inside. You are able to see both of them. So now you are watching Kaya, the collection. Chitta Upasamharati. You're seeing it from very near to the Chitta. It lights up, showing what is there. So what is there is, it's just Pathavi Dhatu. Now having understood Pathavi Dhatu, now I go to Apo Dhatu. So what all I am going to do in the Apo Dhatu is, I can take the following. I can take Simham when I get cold, so there is this thing coming from the nose. Pubbo, blood. Sorry, Lohitam, blood. Pubbo is the pus. So that you leave it, not that every time we have a pus. So we don't have to take that. We can take the blood. And we have seen the blood. So if you take the palm, extend the palm, you will see red color, so you know there is blood, and we have seen blood. So that is one item you can take. Or we can take the sweat. Best thing is the sweat. We keep on sweating, so we can take that sweat. And then we have tears, we have this khelo, that is saliva. So we can take for our practice Simham. If you want, you can take Lohitam. If you don't want that, you can take Sedo. Then we can take Vasa, which is the grease, so we can see on our face it is shining. Head shines, so it's the Vasa. And Asu is the tears, Khelo is the saliva. And Mutta, which is urine. So we can take these many things. Just like what we did for Pathavi Dhatu, by touching it, for all that is coming as liquid, we need to keep on watching. This watching is called as Anupassana. Passana is to see, anupassana. Anu is in accordance to. So we will watch it accordingly. Whatever is coming. And I'm going to watch it clearly. What is happening. So I call this body as Vilas, but when I really touch the head, there is no Vilas. First thing. Then I also see there is no husband there. And also there is no friend there. And also there is no brother there. Also there is no neighbor there. There is also no colleague there. Like that. So we can, I can really see when there is a touch, not when I touch, when there is a touch, passa of my hand or my palm going onto the head, I feel only hard, not as head also. Since I don't have any hairs, I can feel the skull. And all of you have hairs, so you will feel the hair. So similarly, it's not my urine, it's just urine. As much water I drink, that much urine I produce, or the body produces, which is apo. So this practice done for 7 days will take a person from Sotapanna to Anagami, because the chitta is seen. So it helps in chitta anupassana at that time. So then we can, when we go to the chitta anupassana, we can really see what it means. Saragam va saragam chittam pajanati, vitaragam va vitaragam chittam pajanati. So now we know each one of them. Samoham va samoham chittam pajanati, vitamogam moham va vitamoham chittam pajanati. Like that we can see how the raga is coming on the chitta, how the dosa is coming, that is hatredness, and delusion, moha is coming. So we can easily, one can see it. It becomes extremely simple to experience it. But for that we should do this much. This much here, touching the body and seeing every part. What is that I have collected? What is being collected by the consciousness, which is Viññāna? It has collected all the dirt. Because of Viññāna only, all these elements are showing itself as each one of these. Kesa, Loma, Nakha, Danta, like that. But when you start touching, the kesa goes away, only hardness, softness, roughness, smoothness is seen on the hair. When you touch the face, wherever there is teeth, it will become hard. Wherever there is bone, you can feel hard. But wherever you just squeeze the soft part, you can see it fluffy, just like clay, touching a clay. If you have a beard, if you touch it, it is rough. So then you can apply 13 things there. So number 1 is, it is sankata, conditioned. You can see the arising, you can see the passing away, and you can see that it stays for some time before changing. You can see that. So this is called as abhinya. You can really see it. And now I touch this beard. If I shave it, then it becomes smooth, but again the beard is going to come. So we can see the sthiti is not staying. It is arising and it is passing away. It's not staying at all. Okay, this we can easily see. So we can see Upada, we can see Vaya, and we can see Titassa Anyatham Panyayati. It's becoming Anyatha. Anyatha means otherwise. So this beard, if I shave, it's not going to end there. It again comes. Nails, if I cut it, again comes. Hairs, if I cut it, again comes. So we can see this. We are able to see the Upada arising. We are also seeing Vaya, but it seems to be staying. The body also seems to be staying for some time, but it becomes Anyatha Bhava, otherwise. So we can see all the three. This is Sankata. Then we can see Paticca Samutpanna, a dependent origination. The hairs are dependent on this consciousness. If consciousness were to depart, no more hair growth is going to happen, no more the body growth is also going to happen. Wherever it is, in whichever state it is going to be gone. There ends it. Then Nissatta, when the hair falls down, when the nail I cut, when I cut the hairs, or when the skin cracks and it falls down, there is no Atta, mind, in that. Nissatta, Nijjiva, there is no life in that. Any hair which falls down doesn't have any life. Only when it is on the head, it's seeming to have life. Same thing with urine. Till we relieve it, it seems to be there in our body, but the moment you start relieving it, there is no life in that. And nobody cries, oh my goodness, what happened to my urine? Right? So yesterday we discussed about it, but this is exactly what we are supposed to do as a practice. Every time you go to the restroom, every time I go to restroom, I need to be mindful, sati. This is where the sati has to come. And that might not come all the time. I might start thinking something else, and it becomes an automated process of urinating. Instead, I need to watch the urine. That becomes anupassana. Then we are putting effort, atapi. Sampajanna means to have the knowledge. Satima is sati, remembrance. Vinneya loke, that means when I'm urinating, there is no loka. Vinneya is to cut. Loka is what I feel as my body and what I see the five khandhas as mine. That is the loka. So when I'm urinating, there is no khandha. There is no my body. When I'm sweating, again, there is no loka in that, and there is no body as mine. Abhicha. It's not that I'm going to say that I require more sweat from somebody else to me. I'm not saying that I require more amount of urine from another person than what I am urinating. It's not that I am asking for, I require more blood than what the body is having. And same thing with bone, same thing with every part of the body. And do manasa. this mental unhappiness. I have to check whether I'm having unhappiness when I'm urinating, when I'm going for feces, when I'm watching the skin, when I'm watching something. Is there anything which is happening? So by doing this, what is going to happen over a period of time of 7 days to 7 years, depending upon our mental makeup, one day within that, you will have the flashlight, and it will automatically make you say Jnanam Udapadi Panya Udapadi Aloko Udapadi. This is what you are going to have. So this would be the practice we need to do. Okay, so now we can start on the Vedananupassana just as a beginning, and tomorrow we will continue on that Vedananupassana. I'll just introduce the Vedananupassana and then we will go in more detail tomorrow. So what is that we need to do on Vedana? Vedana means feeling. Some time back I had shared the experience that you become what you think. So if I think I am a husband, the feeling husband comes, and the perception of husband is also coming. So feeling gives rise to perception, and perception gives rise to feeling, and the perception has the knowledge, or it is grasping the knowledge of the object. So this mind has two things. What we call as intellect is one side, which is part of perception, and it has the feeling faculty. It feels. So what are we talking about? Vedana is the feeling. What you're feeling, basically. I'm feeling I'm the husband. That's what I'm feeling. So be it, is what the consciousness is going to do. It gives the feeler what should be felt. So now he says Sukham Vedanam Vediyami Ti Pajanati. So now I am having Sukha Vedana. So the question comes, when do I get Sukha Vedana? I get Sukha Vedana only when the Rupa, Shabda, Rasa, Gandha, Pottabha, Dhamma, all of them matches to what it is expected to be. Then there is Sukha Vedana. So let's take an example. One lady is walking by and I want to know the object, and suddenly I see it is my wife. Sukha Vedana. And I am in search of my wife and she is not traceable. Dukkha Vedana. Because the sight, sound, there's no taste, but there is touch, there is smell, there is thought. All of this, which have come to the mind door, is totally different than what it is registered. The feeling faculty, the feeling has registered a different one now, which is not understandable. That is, the intellect is not able to say what it is. And because of that, there is dukkha. So now I am going to use a word called as pajanati. Pajanati is to know. To extensively know. Jana is to know, and pajanati is to extensively know. So now what I know? So in the Mahavidyala Sutta, he says that what you vijanati, yam vijanati tam pajanati, yam pajanati tam vijanati. So this is what would happen. So if I know I am Vilas, I experience Vilas. The Viññāna will make Vilas experience possible. And if I am experiencing Vilas, then I am knowing I am Vilas. Similarly, if the pajanati is what is being felt, so I need to know what is being felt. I am feeling sukha vedana because of the condition. What's the condition? The rupa, shabda rupa, rasa rupa, gandha rupa, pottabha rupa, dhamma rupa, all of them have matched. So I need to see that it is because it is matched, there is a sukha vedana. And I'm experiencing a pleasant feeling. And now I'm in a different place where I miss those rupa, shabda, rasa, gandha, pottabha and dhamma. And hence there is unpleasant feeling, which is dukkha. And I'm in a place where neither I'm feeling pleasant nor I'm feeling unpleasant, because that has not come either to the five senses or it has not come to the sixth sense, and hence there is equanimity, or rather it is ignorance, avidya. Now in the same way, we have samisa sukha. When what is expected is received from the sense, there is samisa sukha. I am wanting an ice cream and I put that in my mouth, and suddenly that taste is exactly what I expected it to be. This taste was registered in the mind, in mana ayatana, and mana indriyam is experiencing it. Then the feeling is samisa. That means with senses, sensual pleasant feeling. Niramisa is when I'm in jhana. Amisa means it's with some combination, or it is mixture. So samisa, misa is mixture. Sa misa is with mixture. Niramisa is without mixture, pure. So there are no senses. If I'm in the first jhana or the second jhana, then I experience niramisa sukha. So compared to the samisa sukha, niramisa sukha is much better, because you're slowly getting rid of the sensual attachment. So I will park it here, and tomorrow we can look at niramisa sukha, samisa dukkha and all that. Any comment, question you have? Yeah, Lasanta.
Novelas, what you have explained, it is so I have listened, and that is my understanding also. And Vilas, that that you said that the chittakshana level we cannot be comprehend, but it can be comprehended by Lord Buddha through the can I say that the Lord Buddha has the Anavarana Jnana. So the Anavarana Jnana, the Lord Buddha can see the Chittaksana. That means he can penetrate the reality of the Chittaksana. But in our case, we always dealing with the skandhas, 5 skandhas, as we explained. That's one which is always contaminated through the ashravas. So that's mean the Viññāna has already played. Therefore, I think if you explain us how do we penetrate this and how do we I know that so by listening we understand that we are dealing with the Viññāna always, but we want to go to the Chittaksana level. As soon as we identify the Chittaksana level, then we need not to worry about the Viññāna, and the Viññāna doesn't play anything. That's mean the Klesha Ashravas is going to not play. So I think whenever possible, if you explain us how do we come out of this contaminated Viññāna, that is my idea with us.
Yeah, it's very simple, Lasanta, is that now what you need to do is sit comfortably anytime, okay, and just watch what is happening. You just touch, don't make it as yours, okay. Don't think that eso mama asmi, eso me atta. You don't do that. Just touch your beard, touch your lips, touch the lips, touch the nose, touch the head. Just keep on touching each part of the body like this. Don't name anything. The moment you name it, it becomes nimitta. You are symbolizing it. You're not supposed to symbolize, okay? So when you don't symbolize for some period of time, okay, so now you want to get into the if you want to get into the Satipatthana, and initially you have to make some time. So let's say you say I will be able to sit for 1 hour, okay. Don't worry that it should be done all throughout your waking hours. Don't do all of that. Just 1 hour or half an hour or even 20 minutes. You have got 15 minutes, let's say. Or even easy, when you go to the restroom for toilet or for urination, just observe. Don't make it yours. Just observe whether the urine is yours. It's coming from the body, correct? Now, is it yours? Can you make it as yours? It's my urine. Can you make that as yours? And nobody is interested in making it as yours or mine. If that penetration happens at that time, immediately from the Viññāna, it goes back to Manasam. It skips Hadayam, it skips Pandaram, all that, it comes to Manasam. Okay, you have to try, you keep on trying on many things, like, when you take bath, you just have to watch how the water is falling. It's not that you are taking any bath. The water is falling. You can't hold a single drop of water, even if you want to hold it. Okay, after some time you don't like to be in water at all because you want to come out. Initially you want to take bath, but after that you want to come out. So you will see dissatisfaction in everything. That is when the dukkha you are able to penetrate. So once you penetrate the dukkha, whether you're scratching or you're doing something or holding it, you're able to have the nimitta, the symbol of not yours, but it is just rough, it is just smooth, it is just hard. It is like, this table and my hand, they both are same, they are not different. To that level, if we are able to work using Satipatthana, see the difference between this Satipatthana and the Vibhanga and the normal Satipatthana is in the Satipatthana Sutta, he talks about everything. He starts with Anapana, then he goes to this, then he goes to everything. So it's a huge one. Whereas in the Vibhanga, he has said what needs to be done. He has only used only one, that is body. And in that body, he is talking about only the Patavi and Apo Dhatu. He is not talking about the Tejo and Vayu Dhatu. He is only talking about the solid and that is the earth element, Patavi, and the Apo element.
Yeah, Vilas, thank you. And since we have been discussing this topic, I have some understanding about this. So I know that this is not me, but this is something, it's a causes and effects. But Vilas, you know that even we have been talking about the Karajakaya, Chittajakaya, Uttujakaya, and how can I say that, all the 4 kayas. Then we know how it transforms the process.
Correct.
And Vilas, I have been thinking about that. So this way of understanding is okay. That's mean, you know that suppose if you penetrate Nama and Rupa, if you split Nama and Rupa, I mean at that time you can come out of the feelings of the Vedana. But my case is that suppose that mother. Now if you penetrate that mother is what there is 4 bhutas and the Viññāna. But some person is there as mother. So that's why we can't take off. We have some responsibilities. We have so many things to do for my mother. That's why we have a real attachment. In day-to-day living, we have to do so many things with mother. But therefore, not only that, everything, job and all those things, we are attached. So at that time, how can we penetrate? No, that is not me. That is job and that is 4 bhutas and something. That is okay. That way is thinking is good. But to ask that, but something is there as mother or a job or a vehicle or that is actually those are Nama and Rupa. So how do you explain this and how do you
see? This is where the gap between Sotapanna and Anagami is very wide because of this reason. There are 2 reasons for that. One is that attaining Sotapanna is easy because you understand the Dhamma and you feel that, now I got it. But when you really start practicing, the hindrance which comes is not Visikiccha, because that is gone. Now I have faith in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That will not be there. What takes over is Udacha, restlessness. Because now the mind doesn't want to give up what it wants. This is the first hindrance what you really get. And the second hindrance is the Kamachanda. It's not easy to drop Kamachanda. Okay, the kama here is not a bad thing or anything like that. The kama is something which the sense doesn't know, but the mind knows what the sense is. I make the sense of it. I'm now making sense of Lasanta. And the moment I make the sense of Lasanta, it goes back to our time of 2018 when I had come to Sri Lanka. So, but immediately those images will come. And my stay in your home and everything. It doesn't tell me that Lasanta was different and this Lasanta sitting here is different. That Lasanta is dead. And his family people are also dead long time ago, and this is a new body which is there. That doesn't seem to be the case. So it always, karma makes an attachment, it just connects. Everything is connected. So I will say, when I came to your home 3 years ago, so the Viññāna automatically brings out all of those images and joins it and gives the experience back. And for you also, it gives the same experience back. So the only way to do it, what Buddha in this sutta says, especially the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Ekayano ayam bhikkave maggo sattanam visuddhiya, that whatever he says, is that you take one of them, only one. Whether you take Anapana or you take Iriyapabba, that is your sitting, standing, walking, all that, or Sampajanya Pabba, or you take this body 32 parts, whichever you want to take. Now there are various things. So in this Vibhanga, he says take this 32 parts of body only, don't take anything else. So the difference here is, Lasanta, is that this breaking of Nama and Rupa can only happen if you see Yatha Bhuta Jnana. That means I need to see the four bhutas. At least two bhutas I need to see. So what Buddha did is that he took the two gross bhuta. One is the Apo and one is the Patavi. Because that can be seen. The remaining Tejo, not very evident, and Vayu, it is not at all evident. It's you know there is gas inside your stomach, but then you can't see it as a Vayu, and you know this room has air. Everybody knows, but you really cannot penetrate, whereas the Patavi and Apo can be penetrated. So what we need to do, Lasanta, is there is job, there is wife, there is husband, there is child, there is daughter, son, father, mother, everything is there. It's agreed that it is there, but for 1 hour you see it is not there, or half an hour you see it is not there, or 15 minutes you see it is not there, or for 10 minutes you see it is not there. How? 3 things can be done. One, whenever you go to the restroom, that's the time you can do. Okay. Second, when you go to sleep, you can do that, because naturally there is no relationship when you sleep for anyone. Even I might be the richest person or the poorest person, whether I have an Audi car or I have a Maruti car, whether I don't have a car at all or I am a prince of 5 different countries, it doesn't matter. But when he goes to sleep, dissolved, nothing is there. So you can observe. See, another thing you can observe is, what if death happens when the person is sleeping? He is in deep sleep only. Then what happens? This is what the Marananasati is all about. So you have to bring 2 things. One is the Satipatthana. 2 is you have to observe when you go to sleep, everything is dead. Everything is made at 0 value. Now you said job is there, wife is there, daughter is there, son is there, this is there. Even for them, it is there till their eyes are open. When they sleep, what happens? It's not there. Even a mother holding a small baby in her hand and she just sleeps. She doesn't even know whether the baby is going to fall down or it is going to do something, or it is what will happen. The mother doesn't know. Mother is so careful, and she is holding near her breast and holding the baby so that it doesn't shake. But suddenly she slips into sleep. Then what happens? She forgets all about the baby till the baby cries. So what happened then? The world is gone. There is no loka. Abhijja do manasam is also gone. Loka is gone. So now you are in Satipatthana only at that time, but you are ignorant. It is avijja. So the basic of what we are trying to do, Lasanta, is we observe. Abhinya is observation, right? You are really seeing. You are watching what really is happening. Like a scientist, you are observing what is happening. And you see, no matter how much you love your mother, how much you love your wife, how much you love your daughter, how much you love your son, how much you love your home, how much ever you love, whatever you love, when you sleep, dissolution happens. Vaya happens. It is removed from you. Not only from you, Lasanta, even from me, because we are in the same time zone. Now it is 9:50 p.m. for you, 9:50 p.m. for me also. Whenever you sleep, whenever I sleep, this is guaranteed. Whether I have wife next to me, I don't even remember who was sleeping next to me. Let us say my wife gets up and goes away. Will I know? No. My wife has gone to restroom. Will I know? No. my wife ran away with some other person. Do I know? No. She said, hey, you know what? He's sleeping, let's go. Or I did that. She slept. I called my girlfriend. Hey, she's sleeping. Let's go. She's gone. She doesn't know. So basically, if you see Lasanta, when we sleep, we don't have. When you go to restroom, will you think about your wife? Will you think about your husband? Will you think about your daughter? You are more interested in finishing what you wanted to finish. It can be anyone. One, when you are sick, do you remember your family? No. This is the practice. Slowly, the Viññāna Kanda starts to recede back. From Viññāna, not Kanda, actually Viññāna goes back and goes back and goes back and goes back, comes to Manasam. When it is Manasam level, you can see the Chitta. Not as Buddha, that's not possible because he has removed even Manasam and the Mano also. He is in pure Chitta. That's not possible because he's all the 10 paramis. We can't go to that level, but every Arhat is in that Manasam level. He identifies. So Buddha then moves from Chitta to Manasam. Whenever he wants to identify Sariputta as Sariputta, he has to come back to the Manasam. Otherwise, there is no way he can call that person as Sariputta. So that is okay. Calling Lasanta as Lasanta is okay. But Lasanta is my friend is not okay. That is Hadaya. That's a problem starts now. Now he is my friend. He is my closest friend. No, you are a Kalyana Mitra. That is correct. All the other people who are sitting here are also Kalyana Mitra. Okay, done. Agreeable. But it is not my Kalyana Mitra. And that's a problem. Because Manasam then, Hadayam when take next to that Pandaram. And so when we Pandaram, it literally contaminates. The distortion happens. So then Mano, Manayatanam, Mana Indriyam, Viññāna. So these three is completely corrupted. It is dark. It is literally colored. Right. So whenever we talk about Viññāna, we are talking about this Viññāna. So when we say Chakkuncha Paticca Rupe Upajjati Chakku Viññānam, it is this Viññāna, that whatever I want to see is what I'm going to see. Because of the consciousness attaching it. So that is the reason Buddha says Viññānassa Nirodhena Ittesam Uparujjati. So when this cleaning happens, when this receding back happens, then you are released. Because now you can see there was no person in the first place. It was only the Bhuta. You got a Yatha Bhuta Jnana. With that Yatha Bhuta Jnana, there is no more samsara. So, Lasanta, another practice apart from this is Ayatana. So, we have to work on Ayatana. The problem with translation is that Ayatana is called as spheres. It is, in book says that basis. It's put something which you will never understand what it is unless you get into that meaning. Ayatas Tananata. That is the main important thing. So unless we know you are profitable, Lasanta, there is no way I will get associated with you. So I'm keeping Lasanta in my books because you are profitable to me. In what way you are profitable? Whenever I come to Sri Lanka, I have a friend. And that's the reason you are very profitable to me. And you also say, Vilas, please come and stay at our home. It's very profitable. So now my ayatana is what? Chakka ayatana, sota ayatana, ghana ayatana, jiva ayatana, kaya ayatana, mana ayatana. Is looking at what? Chakku of Lasanta, Sota of Lasanta, Ghana of Lasanta, Jiva of Lasanta, then Kaya of Lasanta, Mano of Lasanta. You are seeing ayatana of mine, I am seeing ayatana of yours. So we both are profitable. Now when we have this profit tendency, we want to possess. And when you want to possess, it becomes mine. So parigha, possession. Ajhosa, attachment. So now I am attached to your family and you are attached to my family. Then I will say, Lasanta, you are like my brother. And then you say, Vilas, you are my elder brother. I am your younger brother. So now you are a Sri Lankan, I am an Indian. So we forget all about Indian, Sri Lankan. You are my friend, I am your friend. So then we plan, Vilas, when next time when you come to Colombo, we will go here. Then immediately that frame will come. We'll go there. But it makes you forget, and I also forget, that you are staying in Anuradhapura and I am staying in Bangalore. The Anuradhapura what I saw in 2018 is totally different than what it is today. The Colombo what I had seen in 2018 is totally different than what I have seen it today. But the Viññanā makes this magical thing happen. It immediately picks up everything and throws it up. So now the mind feels relaxed. Why? Because the Vedana which is coming is the same one what it had seen some time ago. So when I really come to Sri Lanka and when I enter into Bandaranaike International Airport, I come out and I see you. Then I say, Lasanta, what happened? This has changed. You say, yeah, Vilas, 2020 Corona came and then this got changed, and that has got changed. Then on the road I'm watching here, there till we go to Anuradhapura. Then you take another deviation route and then say that. Then I say, Lasanta, last time we had gone straight. No, that is now changed. Now we are supposed to go towards left. What am I doing, Lasanta? I am deleting all those frames in my mind and I am adding these frames. So when I go back to Bangalore and if somebody says that I am going to Sri Lanka and I want to go to Anuradhapura, what will I say? I will say that, hey, you know what, don't take that road. That road is not there. But on that day, that road was there. And he calls me up and say, Vilas, what stupid fellow, man. It is there. I went. No, on that day when I went, last month I had gone. It was not there. So this is how we keep on talking, because we take it to Viññanā. If I take road as a road, then what happens? I am in Manasam. If I take airport as an airport, then there's no difference between Bangalore airport and Bandaranaike International Airport. So this is the practice, Lasanta.
Yes, understanding, and yes. Yeah, well, as I think the time passed, so
yeah, we'll end. It's already.
We will be able to discuss more.
Yes,
so
I mean,
even though we are talking about the Viññanā and Viññanā, and all those things as kind of a strength, energy is connecting in your way and my way. So would like to talk about this energy system, and if you explain something more than that. Okay, Vilas, thank you very much for explaining these things. I understood really something.
Okay. Sure. I mean, Felario, he's my friend from Goa, so he's almost pulling his hair. He's feeling that what these two people are discussing. I wanted to end this call. I don't know why they are not ending.
Definitely must be having psychic powers. No, but I just wanted a small question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
When you came to Vedana, you said that something with expectation and six things had to match, and the last of them was Dhamma, and they were all, I think, Pali words that I did not understand.
Okay, I'll just tell you. So very simple. Rupa is the form. Shabda is the sound. Rasa is the taste. Okay. Pottabha is a Pali word for touch, and in Sanskrit it's called sparsha. Okay, I'm sorry about using Pali because I'm so used to Pali. So it is touch. Dhamma is thoughts.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so there are 6: sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, thought. So when I say I am having sukha, is I am seeing whatever I expected to see. See, now my wife is outside, right? So now the moment I open the door, whom should I see?
Yeah, your wife.
My wife. Let us say wife is not there and somebody else is there. Now what happens?
A bad feeling.
Dukkha Vedana. Immediately the anxiety starts. What happened to my wife? And they say that, oh, you are inside. Your wife is in the hospital.
Yeah, I got it. It's just the six senses.
At that time, I don't see, it is only sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thought. I see it as a person. Whatever we are seeing, Valerio, we are seeing it as a person. So we want the same person to exist. Even though the body is changing, we want the person to exist. So when I open this door, I would like to see my wife as I had seen 1 hour ago. By now, she has breath, in breath, out breath, all have gone. She is a different person, actually. But I still feel in my mind, she is the same person, and hence, Sukha Vedana. It's pleasant feeling, right? It's pleasant to, so we say, how pleasant to see you, sir. Because there's no change. If it is not, unpleasant. That's how it works.
Thank you. I think interestingly, I think when somewhere in the Sutta, the Buddha always said, the pleasant feeling due to something, but neutral feeling due to ignorance. And
Yes,
I did not understand neutrality by due to ignorance. But then with this, how you explained it, it makes sense now. Why the ignorance?
Yeah, it is always ignorance, because when I go and see somebody, there is no reaction initially. But that is avijja.
Yeah, I got it now. I did not get it before. It didn't, light bulb came on. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, sure. Anytime. Good. Shall we end? I don't mind continuing, so I have no issues. If nobody has any question, we will end for today, and then enough for today, right, Swati? It is too much of food. You will go to vomit. Yeah. Okay, all right then. So we'll take rest of tomorrow and after tomorrow. We will just park it for experimentation, practicing, and then we'll meet up on Monday.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
Namo
you.
Buddhaya.
Thank you.
Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Namo Buddha. Tervan sarna illa santa. See you on Monday. Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye everyone.
See you. Bye.